Perfect. So, hello, sorry for the delay, I had to reboot. This will be more technical. I intend to show how to set up an actual real-life knowledge management. Here? So, what do I do?
Il faut que ça soit vert. Il faut que ça soit vert.
It's green. It's green, I have it here. What else?
It's normal. There is, now you just need to speak.
I can speak louder, yeah, good, better point. Yes, the thing is that this is about communication, knowledge management, etc. But with a concrete example that which I use. I work for the Tiki community, but I'm not funded by the Tiki community. I have my own customers. I work as a freelancer. I have had customers for 8 years now. And I have a website that I use for communication with my customers, which works fine, and which is, of course, with Tiki, and which uses basic Tiki software components, because Tiki is more like a big toolbox for doing anything you like than a focused software on some, so it doesn't tell you what you want to do. So I switch here, and the idea is that I will show how to set it up, but first I want to show what we want to set up, because that's the important part. So what I found useful over the time, and which actually the customers seem to appreciate, is that for each of them, for all their projects, I have some kind of workspace on one of my sites where they don't know about anyone else. This is a fake company on my real site. So there are basically three, that's not it. Yes, it. Sorry. They have a landing page when I log in, and there are three components. First, the information is for long-lasting information. We have pages. We have a structure of page on which we can add any new page and create them, and that's where we keep track of long-lasting stuff. Like, I don't know what we agreed on emails, and we can navigate it for a project, what's done, what's not done. They can get back to this, and that's our reference. And we can get, and the company is Acme, so I don't get sued. That's the long-lasting. We also have documents which we exchange, like invoices or technical specs or dumps, whatever. And every time I work for them, which is not full-time usually because I'm a freelancer, I add an entry. And I tell them, okay, today I did that, and that's how long it lasted. And they can do comments here or on the pages or whatever. And that's basically the essential that's needed, because the time is important, because that's what I build. And so they have an idea of how far I go, and also how much they are going to pay. And they like to have this information beforehand, not in the end. So they can get, anytime anything changes, they get an email. And I get an email. And yeah, and the privacy part is that they have a recap of who is allowed to see all that. So there is the customer, the dummy customer, which is called Violet Fox, and sysadmin, which is me, because I wanted to have something. And when they log in, they can see what happened, what's new, what changed, and yeah, basically, that's it. So what I want to show is how we start from a fresh Tiki just right after the installer and get to that. So here we have one where I can log in as an admin, or I could put myself in the admin group, works the same. That's the part for newcomers, which we are going to skip. And first we do some trick. And also I wanted to mention that here is a link that I put, that's the making of this presentation. If I don't get to the end or I go too fast, you can get to here. And I'm actually going to use it, oh, it's not here, but because I reboot it. But I have a copy here, which I use to go faster. So first, some little trick. We are going to do some setting with the themes, because that's an admin, and that's another page where, well, you are a customer or someone who has not logged in, and we're going to separate them by using different themes. First I pass as advanced, which will give me more possibilities. And I get the look and feel part, and what I do is that I change, I give a very different themes for the Tiki, and I allow group themes. So now the theme is very different, and what I do is that I go to the group of the admins here, because now the group of the admins has the opportunity of changing the theme, and I get back to the default theme. Yes, I want. So nothing changes here, but for the rest of the world, you know where we are. If it's white, I'm an admin. What we do now is some basic settings changes for the purpose of setting this site the way we want it. Meaning we add the blog part, which is not default. Tiki all has everything in all in one. You don't find plugins on the internet. It's just you activate what you need. And the group watches and the categories will be required for what we want to do. And and then the general configuration, we want to use group homepage also, because we want the landing pages. Wow. So if you forget where stuff are, you just look for them here. It's in the general. We add those and go to the group homepage if you're in it. And what we also want to do is some custom stuff here. In the theme, so that it basically looks better. And now the wiki part, we want, what we're going to need is structures. Structures being the grouping of wiki pages, so that they work together and you can navigate them and all that. So we also will need the comments, the structures, open them, group them, categorize, and have the list of pages not in structures. That might help. You have the recap. So far, nothing changed here. And now we are going to set up the global permissions. Meaning we actually don't want people to do anything on this site if they're not customers or if they're not logged in. So the global settings are going to switch off about everything. There was nothing here, there's nothing here. They can't download anything. they don't see wiki pages. Anonymous is people who are not logged in, and registered are people who are logged in. So basically we remove the search capability from anonymous also, we put it in registered. It's not an issue because you can only search, return whatever you have access to. So we can put that globally. And well, and now it works. You don't have access to anything. So now we have those now we need to make that a little bit usable, well, not so ugly. So what we do is we change the home page, and we will use a group, we will use object permissions, which override the global permissions. So I just changed the style, and I save it, and now I change the permissions of this object, meaning for this specific page, Anonymous can view the page. They don't. What did I? Wiki can view. I don't know what I changed. I was too fast. That's not it. That's better and not really useful. What we also do is that I also change the what we call modules, which is how stuff appear everywhere, meaning that right on top we have this loading box, which is really hard to see, which I edit. I want to put that on the left. It will be on top. And it will be visible, well, for everybody, so we don't have to change this. And here it's not on the left. Here it is. This menu is the menu 42, which will be visible only for admins, because nobody else needs to see that. Where's the login gone? Oh, it's here. Okay, I got it. It's not, it doesn't show up as a pop-up. We want it as a full module. It has to look differently. So here we are. Yeah, as I said, we want to add those very useful modules, which are the one you saw before since last visit. That's the one that tells you what changed. We'll put that on the right, and we only let it see by registered people. And what's always nice is, well, a search module, because that's just the same on the right. And for registered, because, as I said, Anonymous don't have anything to see here. Reload, and now we have this, only we don't have any, well, that's Anonymous. You can log in, but there's no login. So that was the global part, and now how do we set up, well, some new customer, some new workspace, some new company? So that the first thing is that you need to set up a category, because that's how we deal with the permissions. So we will create the Acme category, we will create the group of the people from this company, which we'll call the same, and inherits this, and we will give it a group homepage. That's the landing page we told before. Here. I'm trying to cheat, but it's still. And default category of whatever they create is here. And yeah, that's and the description is member of the Acme Corporation, whatever. Because that's how we handle those privacy and all concerns. Because we go back to the category, and now we have what we call the category permissions, and that's the permissions for everything that's categorized in that group. And that's what the member of the group will be able to see. That is, they will be able to post and read. Oh, sorry. We want that group in the group we deal with here. We add that, and now we can say that members that group can read and post in the blogs which are categorized as Acme in that group. And everything else basically gets. So these are the basic features. Same here, which let us get to the result I showed afterwards. And then I hope we can also create. That's useless. So we let people manage their own page, and we'll let them create the structure, and and we let them create categories. Okay. Okay. Let's just go to the creation of one of those objects, like the file galleries, because that's how we create stuff. So we do create some file galleries. For clarity, we don't put it on the top. We create this, the Acme file folder, which is categorized as Acme. That's the whole point. And which is here group monitoring and Acme, meaning that whatever happens there generates some email they can get. And that should, for example, allow. I know we don't have a user, but that's how you create a. Then you do the same. We create a blog. You categorize it, and it will be owned. And then we create a wiki page and categorize it and change it into a structure, and that will be the landing page. As I said, the rest is the steps by steps are here. So you get the idea and you know the result we want to achieve. So are there questions or?
Questions? We have